The 12th of May, 2026, Tuesday morning. A reading from the Common Buddhist Text, Guidance and Insight from the Buddha. Chief Editor, Dr. Mahapratdhamma Kosachan. We left off in Chapter 7 on ethics from the perspective of Theravada tradition. We're in generosity. The fruitfulness of giving. This passage emphasizes the benefit of anything given. Bhikkhu monks, if people knew, as I know, the karmic fruits of sharing gifts, they would not enjoy their use without sharing them, nor would the taint of stinginess obsess the heart, even if it were their last bit, their last morsel of food. They would enjoy it used without sharing, if there were some other being to share it with. This can be cited in the Dana Sutra, Iti Vataka 18. Open heart giving. The noble disciple lives at home with a heart free of the taint of stinginess. He is open-handed, pure-handed, delighted in self-surrender, one to ask a favor of, one who delights in dispensing charitable gifts. This can be cited in the Pata Kama Sutra, Anguttara Nikaya, Volume 2, 66. Now, what kind of person, Bhikkhu monks, is like the rainless cloud? Here, a certain person is not a giver to anyone. He does not give food, drink, clothing, vehicles, garlands, scents, ornaments, beds, lodging, and lamps to the renunciants and Brahmins, to the poor, the destitute, and needy. Now, what, Bhikkhu monks, is the kind of person who reigns locally? Here, a certain person gives only to some renunciants and Brahmins, to some of the poor, destitute, and needy, but not to others. And what, Bhikkhu monks, is the kind of person who reigns everywhere? Here, a certain person gives to all renunciants and Brahmins, to the poor, the destitute, and needy, the person responsive to requests, who has the sympathy for all living beings, distribute things with delight, and says, give, give. Just as the cloud thunders, roars, and rains, filling the plateau and the plain, drenching with water, so is such an individual with regards to wealth, has earned with effort. This can be cited in the Vutti Sutra, Iti Vataka 64 through 66. The goodness of giving, especially to those who are virtuous. The first passage here says that even a small act of giving generates beneficial future karmic fruits. Through giving to good people brings more benefits. The second passage amplifies this point. In giving to a good person, there is more confidence that the gift will be used well. So the giving will be done with less potential reservation. Moreover, to give with confidence in the goodness and the good consequence of giving also enhances the ongoing impact on the giver. And the giving to virtuous helps forge a bond of association with them. I tell you, Vacha, even if a person throws the rinsings of the bowl or a cup into a village pool or pond, thinking, may the living beings there feed on this, that would be a source of karmic benefit. To say nothing of what is given to human beings, but I do say that what is given to the virtuous person is of great fruit. and not so much what is given to an unvirtuous person. This can be cited in the Vacha Sutra, Anguttara Nikaya, Volume 1, 161. When a virtuous person with a trusting heart gives a righteously obtained gift to the unvirtuous person, having confidence that the karmic fruit of his action is great, this is an offering purified by the giver. When the unvirtuous person with a untrusting heart gives an unrighteously obtained gift to the virtuous person, not having confidence that the fruit of this action is great, this is an offering purified by the receiver. When an unvirtuous person with an untrusting heart gives to the unethically obtained gift to the unvirtuous person, not having confidence that the fruit of this action is great, this is an offering not purified by either. When a virtuous person with a trusting heart gives righteously obtained gifts to the righteous person, having confidence that the fruit of this action is great, this gift with abundant fruit, I say. This can be cited in the Dakkhina Vibhaga Sutra, Majjhima Nikaya, Volume 3, 257. Teaching the Dhamma is the best form of giving. The gift of the Dhamma surpasses every gift. The taste of the Dhamma surpasses every taste. Delight in the Dhamma surpasses every delight. The destruction of craving overcomes everything painful. This can be cited in the Dhammapada 354. Sharing karmic benefits. In the Theravada tradition, we saw that it is seen as good to offer alms on the benefit of half of the dead parents. While generating beneficial karmic results through good actions is typically done directly by oneself, there is also the idea that under some circumstances, one can share with another, being the karmic benefits of action. If they are unaware of the action and rejoice at it, the Beta Vatu is a canonical text that has many instances of helping a dead relative who has been reborn as a hungry ghost to gain a better state. This is typically done by giving alms to the virtuous renunciant and assigning the donation of the beneficiary as done on their behalf. The following verse is from a distressed ghost speaking to the man who has been her husband in her past life and who wishes to help her. What is given by your hand into my hand is of no benefit to me. But please satisfy with food and drink Bhikkhu monks who are endowed with ethical discipline, free of attachment, learned and assign that donation to me, that I will be happy and richly endowed with all desire. Nanda Beta Vatu. Beta Vatu 23. Moving on to chapter 7 on ethics, on the precepts of ethical discipline, Theravada tradition. The 3 refuges and the 5 precepts. To be a Buddhist is to look to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha as refuges in life's troubles, as the sources of inspiration. Most acts of devotion by lay Theravada Buddhists includes chanting in Pali language. The refuge formula, and then a formula for taking the 5 precepts, which affirms the resolve, I undertake the training rule to abstain from, so and so forth, with each of the 5 unvirtuous actions. The resolves are to avoid killing any living beings, stealing or cheating, sexual misconduct, such as adultery, lying, and taking substances that may lead to intoxication, or with the aim of intoxication. To break a precept requires deliberate intention. In what way, venerable sir, is one a lay follower? When Mahanama, one has gone to the refuge of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. In that way, one is a lay follower. In what way, venerable sir, does a lay follower have ethical discipline? When Mahanama, lay followers, abstains from killing living beings, from taking what is not given, from wrong conduct in regard to sensual pleasures, from false speech, from liquor, wine, intoxication that brings heedlessness behavior. In that way, a lay follower is virtuous. This can be cited in the Mahanama Sutra, Anguttara Nikaya, Volume 4, 220. The 10 courses of wholesome actions. This passage enumerates 10 good actions, 3 of the body, identical to the first 3 of the 5 precepts, and to the right action factor of the Noble Eightfold Path. 4 of speech, identical to right speech path factor, and the first being identical to the 4th of the 5 precepts, and 3 of the mind. The first 2 being close to right resolve, right path factor, and the 3rd being identical to ordinary form of right view path factor. There are, Bhikkhu monks, successful actions of wholesome volition, intention, with happy consequences ripening in happiness. 3 of the body, 4 of speech, and 3 of mind. How is there a threefold successful bodily action of wholesome volition, intention? There is a person who abstains from killing living beings with the rod and weapon laid aside. He is conscientious, kind, and compassionate towards all living beings. He does not take what is not given to him and does not appropriate with thievish intention the property of others. Be it in the village or the forest, he gives up sensual misconduct or sensual misconduct and abstains from it. He does not have intercourse with those under the protection of the father and the mother, nor of those betrothed with the garland. How is there a fourfold successful verbal action of wholesome volition, intention? There is a person who has given up false speech and abstains from it. When he is in the council of his community or another assembly, or among his relatives, his guild in the royal court, or has been summoned as a witness, is likely to be asked to tell what he knows. Then when he knows, he says, I know. And when he does not know, he will say, I do not know. When he has seen, he says, I have seen. When he has not seen, he will say, I have not seen. He will not utter any deliberate lie, be it for his own sake, for the sake of others, or for some material advantage. He has abandoned divisive speech and abstains from it. Having heard something from one group of people, he will not be the one to tell it to someone else, causing others to be in conflict with them. Or having heard something from those others, he will not be the one to tell it to the first group, causing them to be in conflict with the other people. Thus, he is a uniter of those divided, a sustainer of those united, fond of harmony, delighting in harmony, rejoicing in harmony. He is one who utters speech which brings about harmony. He has abandoned harsh speech and obtains from it. His words are gentle, pleasant to the ear, affectionate, reaching to the heart, courageous, pleasing and attentive to the many. He has abandoned idle chatter, abstains from it. He speaks at the right time. He speaks what is correct and to the point, of Dhamma and ethical discipline. He is one who utters speech to be treasured, timely, for a reason, measured, and meaningful. And how is it there a threefold successful mental action of wholesome volition, intention? Here a person is free from covetousness. He does not covet the wealth and property of others, thinking, oh, that what he owns might belong to me. He has no ill will in his heart. He has a pure mental resolve. May these beings be free from enmity, free from anxiety. May they be untroubled and live happily. He has right view, an unperverted way of seeing. The opposite of wrong view is not given. As these three bodily, four verbal, and three mental successful actions of wholesome volition, intention, is due to them that with the dissolution of the body, after death, beings being reborn in a good destination in this heavenly world. This can be cited in the Sancheta Nikha Sutra, Anguttara Nikaya, Volume 5, 294 to 297. We will leave off there today on chapter 7 from the perspective of Theravada tradition on ethics, as we pick up on the next one on right livelihood and extra precepts, common Buddhist texts, guidance, and insight from the Buddha. Chief Editor, Maha Dr. Dhamma Kosachan.